The world is suffering from a pandemic of coronavirus, a new virus that infected over 1.9 million people across the globe, and over 125,000 people have lost their lives. Even though we have made a lot of advancement in virology and immunology, we are not prepared for a pandemic like this. What if this kind of virus infects a human brain and it's contagious like this and it takes a shape like a pandemic like we have right now? In the age of scientific advancement, the medical science is still trying to discover how the most complex organ of the human body, that is the brain, works. Biologists and ethicists across the globe say that conducting research on live human brain is impractical, but dead brains are no good. So this is what I will be talking about today, that medical science needs to conduct research on live human brain. So I will be talking about three things: that what kind of research are we conducting right now? What can errors do? And third, medical science has enormous potential to do a lot of things. So let me start with the fact that medical science does not conduct research on a human brain. For years, we have been experimenting on an experimental subject, that is, the mice brain. For years, neuroscientists thought that the mice brain was an accurate model for human brain research. But in a new study published by American Association of Advancement in Science stated that humans have dramatically different cerebellum that also doesn't match with its closest ancestor. So how in the world it matches with a mice brain that we have been studying for years now? We can also grow clusters of brain cells in lab, which are known as brain organoids, which look a lot like human brain tissue. It sounds fascinating, but it's not that fascinating. Dr. Bhaduri from Stanford University said that in normal brain, you have very clear and precise different cells, but the organoids were immature and did not know that in what cells it wants to grow. The statement clearly says that organoids are inappropriate for research. According to an article published by Dr. Berger, medical errors in neurosurgery cause nearly 100,000 deaths a year and over $17 billion to the economy. These errors include technical error, contamination, equipment failure or missing equipment, delay, nursing, etc. Technical errors account 27% of medical errors in neurosurgery. So let me explain one of the technical errors that I came across. USA Today reported that a woman got $56 million for a botched spine surgery, which left her quadriplegic, that is, all four limbs of your body get paralyzed. The doctors at Good Samaritan Hospital could not predict that her spinal cord was hemorrhaged after surgery because the CT scan, the computed tomography scan, could not show the results that well. This all happened because the CT scan, which is indeed biotechnology, showed false result, which made that woman disabled for the rest of her life. That's why we cannot be entirely dependent on biotechnology to conduct research on brain. Medical science has enormous potential to do tremendous things. An Italian neurosurgeon, Sergio Canavero, in 2017 was about to lead a head transplant of a human being, like the whole head, which was unprecedented in medical science with an estimated cost of $100 million. It's like transferring someone's consciousness to another body. I mean, just think about it. Your consciousness can be eternal. I don't know about you, but I don't have $100 million, so my consciousness is gonna die one day. But unfortunately, it didn't happen because his human subject refused for transplantation after some time. Dr. Canavero, before surgery, in an interview with South China Morning Post, said that he had to move his intended research to China because no American and European institute would allow such an operation. Medical science is not using human as an experimental subject because ethics does not allow medical science to do it. Dr. Ramos, director of neuroethics at National Institute of Health, said that cutting edge science requires cutting edge ethics. And the ethics, sadly, is still developing. So let me brief you on what I said today. First, we need to stop using experimental subjects which are impractical to use because they are dramatically different than human brain. The National Institute of Health says that models have limits. Researchers make models based on what they already know. Then I try to explain how a small error by biotechnology destroyed someone's life by not showing the results that well. Then I gave an example then how medical science could perform a miracle, that is by Dr. Canavero experiment on transplantation of human brain, but ethics did not allow it to happen. In the age of science, medical science is still trying to learn the fundamentals of human brain. That is what Dr. Sudoff, a neurologist and a Nobel laureate from Stanford University, said. We are still trying to learn the fundamentals. Experimentation on live human brain is indispensable because cognitive functions involve the whole brain, not just few isolated nerve cells. So we need to stop using models and develop new ethics and discover new things in the most complex organ in human body, the brain.